Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for October 29th, 2024. We're going to be looking at the current conditions around the U.S. and then we're going to get into the tropical conditions that are affecting your area. Right now, we have looking at the radar picture here for the lower 48. You can see that there's some showers riding along the ridge here, up from the Rocky Mountains here, extending into the Dakotas and into Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's also some showers on the East Coast here in New York and Buffalo, but these are light showers across the New York State Thruway here. The rest of the country is clear and dry, and that's great news here. Some brief showers here can also affect south of Jacksonville, so we're heading along 95 there, south of Jacksonville towards St. Augustine, Flagler Beach, and the I-4 corridor toward Orlando. Some brief showers are going to be coming in that area there later on today. Just light rain sprinkles coming off the coastal showers here that are riding along here, and you can see it right there on the radar. Now, November is the last month of the hurricane season that we're heading into right now. And so we're likely to see development that's going to be closer to the western Caribbean area here, as you can see. This development will continue to expand here, extending into the eastern Atlantic, somewhere south of the Gulf Stream. That's where we're likely to see development. And so far, Patty, the potential tropical cyclone, has not materialized yet, but that we'll be looking closely at that heading into next week. Heading into the end of this week towards Saturday, there's some development that's possible south of Cuba and Dominican Republic. Now, looking back once again at what we have here in the situation, we have rain showers that are going to be extending today and tomorrow into the high plains. So Chicago, Indianapolis, down to St. Louis, down to Little Rock, Baton Rouge, Shreveport, back toward the Arklatex region. There is a chance of severe thunderstorms that are possible for Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, and on into southern Iowa. So there's a chance, and possibly these severe thunderstorms could bring like some chances for hail, basically, and strong straight line winds as this frontal boundary makes its way through sometime tomorrow and into Thursday as well. Back behind that, we have mixed precipitation along the front that's going to drag down some much cooler air here before Halloween for those folks in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, back towards Pierre, South Dakota, and into eastern Wyoming along 76 there in Nebraska, and to Colorado, Fort Collins, Boulder, and Denver, Colorado as well. So there's chances that there'll be some mixed precipitation there along with cooler weather for that area. Heavy snow is possible though in the high Rockies of Wyoming and into Yellowstone National Park. Out west, the same thing. Mixed precipitation will dominate the Cascade fronts as well as the new frontal boundary that's coming in. A little pineapple express, meaning heavy moisture coming into the Pacific Northwest from Seattle to Portland to Bellingham, down through the Columbia River Gorge, and into Northern California as well. So be on the lookout for that Wednesday into Thursday. Now, looking at the tropical precipitable water here, the PWAT values, we have high content right where that patty is forecast to develop here, or tropical depression here later on this week by Friday or Saturday. And you can see in the red here, this high heat content is in that same zone. Less heat content up past northeast of Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. And so that's the zone that we're going to be watching there for more development. Now, looking at the water vapor, you can see that it's dry air. It's heavily in place in the Sun Belt, all the way across from El Paso back toward Jacksonville and up north into Atlanta and the Smoky Mountains and into Central Plains. So dry air is dominating here, and you can see that moisture note in white that I showed you that's riding along that frontal boundary there, north of that frontal boundary in the upper level low, that's into the Wyoming, the high Rockies of Colorado, and into the high plains states there toward Minneapolis, Minnesota. This will continue to progress Wednesday and Thursday, and it will bring cooler temperatures back by the weekend to the northeast here, and back to reality check after tomorrow's warmest day and Thursday's warmest day being closer to Halloween. Like I said, tropical activity is not expected during the next 48 hours for the Atlantic Basin. In the Eastern Pacific, Christie is long gone, and we have two areas of interest here, but they're both moving away and only giving a 10 to 20% chance of development from the mainland. So that's great news there for anybody who have vacations out in toward Hawaii or toward the Cabo San Lucas or any of those areas in Mexico or the Central Pacific there as we speak. So once again, we don't have any severe weather today. Clear skies, sunny conditions, above average temperatures for today and tomorrow and possibly Thursday, especially for the northeast here as we head toward Halloween. And then the temperatures come crashing down with a big storm system frontal boundary moving in Friday to Saturday and Sunday. And that would bring conditions more fall-like conditions. Get out, see the leaves. Peak conditions for the leaves are in the Appalachians, high country from West Virginia back toward North Carolina, and also Skyland Drive is beautiful during this time of year. For those of the Blue Ridge Parkway, some sections are open, but not all sections are open there. And also leaf peeping in the upper Midwest, the UP of Michigan, of course, and some other areas are great for leaf peeping. Vermont and New Hampshire, Maine, and of course out west, of course, in the Rockies, always key time for leaf peeping as it's past peak almost for those leaves seasons out there. But this has been the Weather Guru podcast for October 29th, 2024. Thank you for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Blessings.